Talking about child marriage, what do we know about child marriage, and how well can the federal government or the UN, WHO actually come in, in respect of this child marriage? Welcome again to the show. My name is Oluwabusayo, and with me is Mrs. Omalewa Abraham. Ma, your opinion, what do you know about child marriage, or what can you say about child marriage?
Good day, viewers. Child marriage, I don't think that there should be, because the ability to handle home, child cannot go into it and handle it, because it takes maturity to say you want to go into the relationship. How can a child begin an home with that little experience, no experience, and you said you want to start home? It's not possible. But children is not meant for children. It's for an adult. It's meant for adults, not children.
Okay, now, in the constitution, a minor is between age, let's say 5 to like 12 or 13. Now, adult starts from 18 years old. So now, in Nigeria, particularly in Nigeria, in the northern states, they give their children to hand in marriage as early as when they are like 6 years. So you just say them say, there is one man that said, the child is born, this is going to be like someone old enough to give birth to that child. Now coming when the child is born and saying, this girl, when she is so age, she's going to be my wife. Now, they will not allow that child to be 18 years old or maybe 20 years old before they hand over the girl to the man. As early as 10 or 14 years old, that is when they will hand over this child to the marriage. So that's in that aspect again, what can you actually say? Because it is not ideal. I mean, there's a story of a senator here in Nigeria so that got married to a 14-year-old girl, and there was nothing. He actually married her and then got her pregnant, like 14 years old. Don't you know the body system of a 14 years old and that of someone that is actually married? I mean, there are some things or some complications that will arise when, imagine this virgin a 14 years old or this virgin a 12-year-old girl. Like, how would that actually, what would that amount to? How would that actually feel? Even the parents that are actually handing over these children to the so-called men, because they want to fulfill their customs and traditions. Like, what do you have to say to between age 12 and 14?
To me, is an illiterate that will do such. Now, some of the people that are giving their daughters out at the early stage, they are now reframing it now. When they want to do it, what they are saying now is that please send them to school. Send them to school. They are now handing them over to the senior wife in the house. After secondary school, they start home, because there is a person that I know that did the same thing. The girl gave her daughter out because the man has promised, the father of the girl has promised the man that I will give my daughter out to you. And when the father died, the woman, to fulfill the promise, she now said, sir, I want this girl to go to school. But the father said this age, she must go to your house as your wife. And I don't want her to leave behind. I want her to go to school. Can you please let her stay in your house and be going to school? You know that I've handed over to you. Okay. But she can be staying in your house, in the senior's wife room, and be going to school. And he accepts.
And didn't touch her?
He didn't touch her until she got to secondary school, when she was writing her head.
At what age?
That was 16 years old.
That's
But for some, they will say 12. I know somebody in the north, when I was in the north, 12, she had her 2 children. And when issue arrived, she came to me. The daughter, she brought the baby because she's angry with the father of the girl. she just dropped the girl into my house that I should take, because I used to play with the girl.
Okay.
And the person in question that she married to is an uncle to her, her own uncle. So she dropped the girl that I should take. And when I entered their house, I went to meet the senior wife. And the senior wife too, she's just 19 then. She have like 4 children. And she said she has gone to her father's house, that I should take the child away. I was like, how old is the mother? How old is the baby? And that guy is a year old then. How old is the mother? She said she is going to 14 next week.
And she actually did marry the child.
They are married. It's her uncle.
And the parents left her.
They left her. But the other one, the man said, let her study. No problem. I now know that you have handed over to me. She's my wife now, but she's going to school. But at the time she finished her wife, they started sleeping with each other. But the immune system of these children,
it's not strong.
It's not strong. So we should allow them to be grown up. At least if you want to fulfill your culture, let them be 19 or 18.
Even 20.
Some cannot wait because of their...
If someone should get pregnant at the age of 18 years old, probably is a mistake.
To our own culture, it's a mistake. But to their own, the life has begun.
Even some people that got married or that got pregnant at 18 years old, that they are now married to another person, they regretted
because they didn't fulfill their youthful age. They didn't enjoy it. They will not be saying, and it's those people that you see that later on they are coming from one room to another. They are seeing one daddy and another brother sleeping with them around. But if you hold on, finish your education, do necessary thing, you won't be jumping up and down. And then when you see them later, they will be useless. No school, nothing. No and you see them, the only thing that they will be doing is to have children. Baby factory.
And this child marriage, there are some diseases that actually, accompany this child marriage. There's this movie that it's actually I watched, Dry. They gave the daughter in marriage to someone old enough to be her father. And when the mother refused to release that child, because the child is not even up to 12 years old, they kept coming and tormenting the mother. If she does not release the daughter, they are going to send her out. No, say this girl is to allow her to be 16 years old. The child said no. The child sent the girl. The girl is like this. This. They sent her there. She got pregnant. Along the line, she actually had what we call VVF, vagiovascular fistula, something like that. That the bladder and the pelvic will be too big to accommodate urine. Do you understand? So when that thing happened, she was unable to control her bladder. When she got pregnant, if you want to take the girl to the hospital, when someone that is not up to 14 years old, they took her to where she normally stays, a hut that she sleeps. Then they went to go and call the midwife. That one came with blade. So it may be mistakenly or intentionally, I don't know. They decided they spoiled that girl's life. The baby dead because her body, a 10-year-old girl, carrying a child, a child carrying a child. So when the baby died, and then she was left with that diseases, they now sent her out of the town to go and be living in a hut. No, she could not control. She could not control her urine, this thing, and everything became so. Her life was just, eventually she died because of lack of medical care and lack of ignorance. I mean, illiteracy that made her, and some people are still doing they are still doing up to today. Lack of literacy that made her parents, sent a 10-year-old girl to marry somebody that is a 60-year-old man. No, how will you profit from that girl? I don't want to profit from such a child just because you said you saw her when they gave birth to her and she looks beautiful. That means that she's my wife, who should be nurturing her for me. When she's so age, I will come for her. And such parents, they will go at ease.
And some of them, what they are saying is that the old men know how to take care of the young one. when they used to take care of them very well.
But not at that kind of age.
The tender age, the time that she's supposed to be in school. You are now saying, okay, this is marriage. She can't blend.
No, she can't, because she's not matured psychologically.
Even the physical
aspects.
She's not matured.
All her stomach, her pelvic, her cervix, everything is still small.
Very, very small. They are just coming up. So I don't know where the baby wants to stay inside the womb, because the doctor will tell you that your tummy needs to be enlarged before the baby can be moving. Inside.
And even the cervix needs to be enlarged, to open too, for you to be able to accommodate whatever it is that you are being subjected to. I mean, so what do you think our government should do about this child marriage?
They should stop it. They should put a ban on it. They should do something that even if you try it, there is a punishment offense for you. That maybe they will sentence them to 2 or 3 years in prison.
It's too small.
That should be to make them. Sometimes they say they want to be cutting their pennies.
You cannot cut it
but it's not. They can't do that.
Because
but they should sentence them into prison.
These same people that are saying they want to, it's the same people that they are marrying underage girls. They are the same people that are going to their town to go and marry 14-year-old girl, a 12-year-old girl.
Some will say they want virgin. If you want virgin, is it not that one that you'll be training her up? Okay, do this. By the time you grow up, I want you as virgin. You know, you have sponsored her to school, you have done everything to her, but you now say at the age of 12, the next thing is to be sleeping with the girl. It's not done.
Even these people, they are actually rapists by themselves alone. It's not only somebody that just hijack a 4-year-old girl, and even you, they are getting married to a 12-year-old girl, you should be considered a rapist. In fact, you should be considered a pedophile, because you can imagine you've grown, you are already matured enough, now descending on or counting on a child, and you are saying it is marriage, it is custom. I mean, it is actually not. It's very, very wrong. Our government should do something about it. We should go to all these villages, all these towns. I'm sure it doesn't happen here in the southwest.
It doesn't happen.
Because no parents open his or her eyes and say, want to let my children and my 12-year-old daughter to go and marry somebody.
When
because
you are saying your mates, their children are doing well.
Well, they are going to school, they are traveling out, they're getting no. It's only there, up there. So our government, they should look for people who will go there and campaign against child marriage. They should stop subjecting these little children to, psychological trauma that they can never come out from. Because I can imagine somebody who you are seeing your mates going to school and your parents are telling you to sit back because you want to marry one mala, one alaji, that one is coming to pick you and come and marry you. No,
and some of them too are happy. Because that day, if they want to do their custom wedding, they will naked them and pour lily on them. They will now be dancing inside the compound with their friends. When you get there, you say,
and they will be having joy.
Yes, they will be rejoicing, eating different food. And when they went there, is another thing. They will now be calm because every day you must have sex. Because
you are going there to meet someone old enough to be your mother. And I want to be telling you to wash plates, do this because she sees you as a child. Even the work that you went there to go and do.
It's slavery that you are going for. You wash plates, wash their clothes, do everything. It's you that will be doing all this stuff in the house.
Man, that's very bad. And it's not only Nigeria that this thing happens. It's actually common in some parts of Nigeria and in a certain religion, in the world and in Nigeria generally. We won't know. But then our government should do something about it. They should abolish these things. Allow these children to go to school. They also have a life to live. The same way your own children. I'm sure you can't have your children marry
at the age of 12.
At the age of 12 years old, but you want to marry somebody else. You will pack your own children, send them to their abroad to go and study, and you will go to your village and say, you want fresh blood. And we're not saying you should not want fresh, but educate them. Let them go to school. When they finish school, maybe at 20 years or 21 years old, then you can actually say you want to come and marry them. Don't go and marry them. And so our government should, sensitize and educate them on the dangers of child marriage, though the complications, the implications of child marriage, because it is not actually an ideal thing. It is very inappropriate to give out your child who is between 10 and 12 to one allergy because you want to fulfill what he said 10 years ago that he wants to marry your daughter. No, it should not be so. Allow them to train, educate them, and then you can actually do whatever you want to do. But subjecting them to that kind of hardship, it is not good. Your final words on the show before we,
And what I will say is that our mothers too, they should please and stand on their ground that this girl, she will fulfill her destiny. She will go to school like others doing. She won't get married at the early stage.
At the early stage, yes. Don't be intimidated by what your husband says, that if you don't give out your daughter in marriage, he will divorce you. Let him divorce you. Pack your bag, carry your children, go to and take care of your children again. When your child grows up and she becomes something in life, she would always remember that you are the one that did not allow her life, to get spoiled. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on the page. See you again on the next episode.